Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love like gaming, shows, and anime. For today's What If Theory, we will take a look at what would happen if Broly hit his head on Earth, the same way as Goku hit his head when he was a baby. I think the timeline would go at a crazy angle as Broly is an uncontrollable force that would wipe out all of humanity in a flash, and things could be interesting to have that kind of power on the good side. Now, before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to Gage Goyette, Judas Tejeda, I believe so, Gaming Vlog, Dominic Lancaster, Mr. Anime AMV Maker, Shogun Master, and VA Gamer. Thank you all my fellow Scorpion fans, and I hope you enjoy the crap out of this video. So to start this off, I'd like to say that Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors 2 made a what-if scenario where Broly hit his head as soon as he landed on Earth, and just like with Goku, he lost his memory. After that, Mr. Satan finds his body and looks after Broly. Then Mr. Satan is confronted by Android 18 as she was looking for Mr. Satan to collect some money that he owed her. She gets too aggressive and Broly jumps in to defend him. He goes into his legendary Super Saiyan form and defeats 18. Then afterwards, Mr. Satan takes care of Broly and enters him in the next World Tournament as his personal disciple, where he faces off against other Z fighters and eventually Goku. After seeing Goku, it triggers his hate for Goku and goes back into wanting to kill him. After he defeats Goku, Mr. Satan jumps in and tells Broly to calm down and stop hurting others. And to everyone's surprise, Broly actually listens. From there, the story ends up by telling us that Broly went on to help the Z Fighters against opponents who tried to destroy the Earth. I love that what-if scenario as it gave us more depth in the difference of Broly being good and bad. One who wouldn't go berserk after seeing Goku, but in my what-if theory, I'd like to go a different route. If Broly landed on the same spot as he did in Broly's Second Coming, the only characters around would be Videl, Goten, and Trunks, later followed by Gohan. If Broly lost his memory and woke up, chances are he would wander around trying to figure out what is going on. In the movie, Videl found Broly easily because he was throwing ki blasts at every direction and Videl went in to check it out. But here, she wouldn't have any idea about him and there wouldn't be any destruction going on. But to speed things up, I'd say the kids would eventually run into him, as Broly does have an uncontrollable power, and if he lost all memory of what he is capable of doing, then Goten and Trunks would easily sense his ki power. With this said, the kids check it out and find Broly. Broly wouldn't be a threat, and the kids would surely help him find out who he really is. And they'd take him to Bulma as she could possibly figure out how he lost his memory and possibly recover it. If they do take Broly to the Capsule Corp, there is a big chance that Vegeta would sense Broly's power and find out who it is. So with this becoming true, Vegeta would then freak out at the moment he sees Broly and tell the kids to go away from him, and he would start shooting multiple ki blasts at him. Vegeta is the type of guy who attacks first and then asks questions later, so we know that he would quickly start attacking Broly. We all remember his reaction to Broly being the legendary Super Saiyan, but since Broly is near Vegeta's home and family, I think he would shove his fear aside and start attacking Broly. Broly in his base form would take a lot of punishment from Vegeta, and this would trigger his anger to turn Super Saiyan, not into the legendary Super Saiyan form yet. With the two Saiyans raging war outside of Capsule Corp, the city would be in danger, and with Broly and Vegeta unleashing massive attacks, this would get Gohan and Piccolo's attention and they would quickly rush towards the direction of their ki. Since Broly lost his memory, he would have no idea that he is capable of going legendary Super Saiyan, so he would not put up a great fight against Vegeta. He wouldn't suffer much pain as he clearly demonstrated in the first Broly movie that after he went Super Saiyan, Vegeta laid a strong hit on Broly and it didn't even make him flinch. Not to mention the ki blast he shot right in front of him left no sign of damage on Broly. Now, you could say that Vegeta has been training, and after his recent fights, he is bound to have a far greater power level than when he first had against Broly in New Planet Namek. But Broly got a Zenkai boost as well after his defeat against Goku, and from what we've seen in Broly's Second Coming, Gohan in his Super Saiyan 2 form was not able to put up a decent fight against Broly. The most he was able to do was make him flinch, but that's not saying much. Adult Gohan in his Super Saiyan 2 form was much stronger than Vegeta in his Super Saiyan form, so we know that Vegeta would sadly lose this fight. With Broly winning, I can honestly say that this would excite Broly and give him a small portion of his memory back, as destruction is surrounding him and that is all he ever did growing up. But if Trunks and Goten manage to talk him into calming down, then I can honestly say that Broly would relax and go back into his base form. But we know how Goten and Trunks are, and we are sure to expect them to try to calm him down by taking him down. The kids never used the fusion against Broly, which makes me wonder how it's possible that they never learned it if Goku taught it to them before he went back to the other world. So if they for some reason did not know how to fuse, then they would lose against Broly. But since there is no explanation about whether they knew or didn't, I will include their knowledge about fusion in my theory, as it only makes sense that they would know how by now. So the kids use the fusion, then they go straight to Super Saiyan 3 form and take on Broly at his Super Saiyan form. We can all agree that Broly would get pummeled by Gotenks Super Saiyan 3, as their power levels are completely different. If you remember, Broly had to go Legendary Super Saiyan form against Gohan as soon as Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 in Broly's second coming. My guess is because he knew that Gohan's power level exceeded his Super Saiyan form, so he had to bring out the big guns. Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 is much more powerful than adult Gohan in his Super Saiyan 2 form, so they would defeat Broly, and this is where things could go one way or another. If their attempt to calm Broly down is by knocking him out cold, then chances are that he would not go Legendary Super Saiyan and kill everyone. But then again, enough punishment could trigger the Legendary Super Saiyan form in Broly, so if they manage to knock him out before he triggers it, then they are in luck. By doing this, Broly would be unconscious and Bulma would be able to analyze his head injury, but that depends on Vegeta too, if he is also unconscious or not. If he knew the kids defeated him, he would do the same thing as he did against the Ginyu Force and kill him while he has the chance. But if Vegeta is also knocked out, then Bulma and the kids would have no idea of what Broly is capable of and of his legendary Super Saiyan form. If Gohan and Piccolo arrive, then they would recognize Broly and know that he is too dangerous to keep alive. But if Goten and Trunks explain to them that he did not attack them and simply wanted help to know who he is, then surely Gohan would want to do something else other than kill Broly while they have the chance. And since they no longer have Goku to keep Earth safe, Gohan is not as strong as he used to be, and he no longer trains hard like he used to, and Vegeta is still not as strong as Gohan, then keeping Broly around and teaching him to not hurt anyone like he normally does could be a better reason to keep him alive. With the legendary Super Saiyan on their side, then clearly Earth would be defended at all costs. As we saw in Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors 2, there is a chance for Broly to control his anger and side with the Z Fighters. If Broly wakes up and he doesn't start a fight against Vegeta, then maybe they can take him to Korin's tower and start working on controlling his power and working their way from there. And again, there are many possibilities on how things could turn out. If he wakes up and starts a fight right away, then things could get complicated and his legendary form might eventually be triggered and Broly would have to be killed. And if this happens instead of a happy ending, the Z Fighters would not be tough enough to handle Broly without Goku. One final note I could add is that this could be a way to crystallize Broly, keep him frozen in the depths of space as seen in the fan manga series of Dragon Ball Multiverse. I would like to see if this is how things turn out for the Broly that was frozen in the Multiverse manga. But just like that series, it's all fan theories, and whether things turn out one way or the other, it's interesting to see how far luck can change. So this is my take on what if Broly hit his head on Earth just like Goku. It's only my opinion, so don't think this is exactly how things would turn out. Broly is full of surprises, and I would like to see another what if scenario in the future Dragon Ball Z games, or should I say Dragon Ball Super game, where there's a multiverse where Broly did not turn to the dark side and manage to control his anger and fight for good like the Incredible Hulk. Just imagine how the fight against Majin Buu would have turned out. He could have defeated Buu or have been absorbed by Buu. But with that in mind, that's it for the what if theory. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, put a thumbs up. And if there are any other videos you would love to request, please let me know in the comments, especially if you'd like to see a part 2 on this theory. Also, if you want a shout out, a video request, or you want to ask me a question for the next Q&A video, strongly recommend you post it on my Facebook page. And if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as it really helps me out a lot. And I'll be sure to let you know when I post up more videos. This is Score saying have an awesome day.